All right, hello everybody. Thank you for joining. Coming straight at you from Chicago, it's John Harity with Windy City Origami. Thanks for joining. I'm happy to have you here. Today we are going to be folding a Chipmunk. This is a really cool model. I'm a big fan of it. So this is created by Andrew Hudson out of the United States of America. This is his design, and it's a very, very cool design. This is an intermediate design. The month of June is dedicated to intermediate designs, and I just wanted to make sure that everybody understands that you can use any size paper, really. The paper that I have here with me is 15 centimeters, so that's about 6 inches, and that's an appropriate size for one that fits in your palm, about like this. So this size. Now you can go smaller, you can go larger, it all depends on what you want to do. But that is the size that I'm going to use today, is 15 centimeter. 皆さんこんにちは。見てくれてありがとうございます。メディシリ折り紙のジョンです。6月はインターミディエット折り紙を説明してます。もし質問があったらコメントで書いてください。私頑張って返事しますね。All right, everybody, we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and turn on both cameras here, and I'm going to go ahead and make this a little bit smaller here so you can see my hands in the screen. And I'm going to go ahead and pick out a piece of brown paper. Go ahead and pick one that's not so dark. We'll get this lighter one right here. And we'll go ahead and get started. Now, I'm going to go a little bit fast, okay? So the reason for this is because I'm expecting that people have some experience with reverse folds and whatnot. And I'm just going to go fast, and if you need to go back, pause it, take your time. Don't feel like you need to keep up with me throughout. I'm just doing this because it's a recording, and everybody can come back to it whenever they want. So if you take a look here, the first step. We're dividing the paper into fourths, and lengthwise and heightwise. So to do that, we'll turn it white side up, and we'll just go ahead and fold it directly in half to start. Fold it in half, and then one quick way of folding it, the other ones, is to just fold it in half once more. Nice, quick, and easy way of doing that. And then unfold. Now we've got 4 lines going there, and we'll go ahead and do the same thing in the other direction. Go ahead and fold it. My hands are very sticky. It's hot out today, so makes it a little bit challenging, a little bit different than normal. All right, so you go ahead and get those folds in the paper just like so, and we'll go ahead and move on to the second step. So now, as you can see here, we're pre-creasing, so we're creating a diagonal valley fold through the diagonal. So we'll go ahead and do that right now. Get that diagonal crease started first, and now if you take a look here, we have a line going from this point here down to this point, and it's going to be a mountain fold. So I'm going to turn the paper over and go ahead and put that onto my paper. Okay, so get the lines lined up. Now you can kind of look before you press it down, just make sure they're lining up perfectly, and go ahead and make the crease. As you can see there, I just made that crease. We're going to repeat on the other side. So I'm going to go from here over to here, okay? So there we go. We've got those creases in, and now as you can see. Actually, I take that back. So it looks like, based on this, you're folding it directly in half, but that arrow up there indicates that it's an unfold. So fold and unfold. So we'll move on to step number 3. And you see we're doing some more pre-creases. That arrow here with an open symbol means we're unfolding. So we're going to now do valley folds going from here down to here. Okay, so valley fold. Get it lined up. And make the crease. Okay, now try to get it to go right into that corner. I just missed it by a fraction of a millimeter. So I'm just making a small little correction on my part to make it go right into that corner. Go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. Alright, so we'll go ahead and move on to step number 4. Alright, so take a look here. What do we have? Pre-crease pleat for a future step. Okay, so this is again an unfold process, but as you can see we're going from this corner down here all the way across over to here. Make sure that we get it going from here all the way over to here to start. So we'll go ahead and get that crease in. What you can look for is this corner here going right up to that point right there. So that's a perfect match to be able to make this first valley fold. Go ahead and get that going first. And then the second thing is you can just fold it right back on itself. You'll see there's a cube there that you're going to be folding to, and then there's a line, kind of an invisible line you're going across to the other spots there. So just get that creased in. Going the opposite direction. That's a mountain fold when you look at it like this. Okay, so that completes step number 4. Step number 5, we've got a mountain fold going directly back up here. Another pre-crease. It looks like it's unfolding. So fold this back and then fold it down. Okay. Actually, so it looks like that diagram is a little bit off. So there's an open arrow there. So just leave that one folded. So that's not an unfold. But we'll move on to step number 6. And in step number 6, we're collapsing as shown using the pre-creases. So what we're doing here is folding these in like this. You can see they're folding in. And then the rest of this is folding behind. Okay, so this whole part here is going back like this. I hope this makes sense for everybody. Get that going just like that. Okay, so now your paper should look like that. Step number 7, hold it just like it shows. And we're going to go ahead and swivel squash as shown. Let me zoom in here. Everybody can see what's happening. So swivel squash, so we've got a fold already in place, and then this fold is also already in place, so it's very easy swivel. And this symbol up here means repeat behind, so we'll go ahead and turn it over. I'm going to swivel this up. It's very nice because the folds are already there. Okay, so now if we take a look, we match, and now we're opening up. So now to see where we're opening up to, we're going to look at the next step. So step 8 going to step 9. So we're just kind of opening it up like this. You can see how it's just kind of pulling it back like this and looking at it. Now you can see we've got this pleat fold we're going to go ahead and complete. So we've got already it started here. I'm going to go just like that. And then we got it started on the other side and go back with it. This is going to be 3D, not going to be pushed down yet. And we're going to move on to step number 10. Okay. Step number 10 is mountain folding the whole thing back in half again. Okay, so just to get that started, that's actually creating the tail. Getting that started to create the tail. And now you can see we're rotating it, and you're going to hold it just like this. And now you can see this bottom piece is folding up, and it's going along this line with the color. Okay, so and we're folding it and unfolding it and doing the same thing behind. So This actually is a little bit hard to determine whether you go all the way with it. Let me just see if I did that on the other one. Looks like I did. So the question I had in my mind right away was, does this valley fold only go here, or does it go all the way across here? And according to the diagram, you can see it's just on this, it's just on the piece over here on the right. Sometimes what you can do, a little trick with origami, is you can kind of fast forward to see where that crease gets used later. So let's fast forward, and you can see right here in step number 14, that's where this crease is getting utilized, and it's only being done on the back part of the chipmunk. So that means that we do not need to crease on the other portion. So let's go back to step 11, and this fold that we're going up is just going to be on the right side here. Okay. So we'll go ahead and get that crease put in, and you can kind of open it up a little bit. It might help actually to just fold the whole thing, because you got to do it on the other side anyway. I'm just going to fold the whole thing up here. See how I'm doing that? Just creasing the whole thing. That's going to simultaneously do the back. And the back isn't actually matching. You can see that actually went above that brown line there, whereas over here it's more close. The paper shifts when you do that, so you may need to kind of hold the paper down. And when I actually look at mine, this line is not perfectly matching up. So this is actually lower than the other one. And you can see that it's fluctuating by just a small amount. So to correct for that, you can kind of align these. You just need to be more precise with your folds. My hands are a bit sticky, and I'm rushing a little bit to get through this one, but those should ideally line up perfectly. So you get them lined up there, go ahead and fold it down, okay? Just like that. And now we'll go ahead and move on to step number 12. Mountain fold and unfold and repeat behind. So we're mountain folding this whole thing, so you can see it's lining up with this line here, and it's going to go all the way. So we'll go ahead and make that fold right now. And then before we unfold, we'll just repeat on the other side. Get the paper going inside over there as well. And once we have those creases made, we're going to unfold just like it says. Come back to where we were. Okay? Step number 12. So now on to step number 13. So swivel, squash, and tuck underneath as shown. Repeat behind. So to do that, you take a look at this. This is going to be going in like this. And we're squashing this little inside of here. We're opening that up a little bit. And it helps to look ahead at the next step. So let's look at step number 14, see how this lands. So if you take a look at step number 14, this is going inside, but then a little piece is going to be coming out. You can see that little triangle right there coming down. That's what we're accomplishing with this swivel. So to do that, we're going to fold this behind, and then there's going to be a valley fold. You can see, if you look closely enough, and you zoom in, there's a valley fold going from here up to here. I'll just draw the line in. You can see that line right there? That's a valley fold. So I'm going to go ahead and create that valley fold right now. I'm going to do that on the other side as well, just to get that started. And then now we'll go ahead and fold this behind. And then this, as you can see, that's going to be a whole valley fold there. And then the rest of it will just kind of fall in place. So when, oops, sorry about that. When this goes behind like this is going to pinch out, and it's naturally going to find that other line. Okay, so now if I unfold everything, you can see that line that it naturally found. So it's going behind like this, and then folding it down. So we'll do it on the other side. Going behind, folding that down, and this will naturally find its spot. Okay, there we go. And what's interesting to me here is that if I go back a minute here to this, if I just go back really quick, this fold here, when I did the mountain fold, it's showing here in step 12, let me zoom in, that this mountain fold actually not only is parallel to here, but it actually goes all the way to this point. So you can see in mine, it did not go to the point. So I'm just going to make that slight little adjustment. Take note of that. That's one error on my part, probably for going a little bit too fast. But you want that to come to the point in the front. Now how much that matters? It really just matters for a pointy front foot. So we'll go ahead and get this one going as well. Just kind of a small correction there, okay? So now we are on step number 14. Zoom in here. So we have some crazy folds going here. Let's try to figure them out. Open and squash using creases as shown. Note the back section will open up and outside reverse. See next step for reference. Okay, so it looks like there's arrows here are indicating that you're going to kind of pull it open like this, and that it's going to end up somehow opening. So what we're going to do is take a look at the creases here. We've got one crease going from this point here all the way up to here. We have another one going all the way, that's our mountain fold from before. We've got another one coming down. Oops, let's get the legs coming back out again. The other one is coming from here all the way down to the bottom. So that valley fold, let's get that valley fold going first. Let's solve for one of them. Go ahead and get that valley fold in. We'll fold the other one as well. Okay, and then the mountain fold, this is a mountain fold, so you've already got the fold there. So get that in place. We'll do the same thing on the other side. And then the valley fold. So we'll get that valley fold started here. And do the same on the other side. Now let's try to figure out what's going to happen here. So let's fast forward to the next step and see. So this is obviously going to pop open like this, and these are going to just kind of want to go up on its own, and then you're kind of swiveling. So the bottom part is kind of swiveling there. To come up, and our tail kind of pops out. So as you can see here, like this, opening up, and then creating the tail. Okay, just like that. All right, step number 15. So inside reverse fold. So what we're going to do for this one is inside reverse fold this back portion. Okay, so we've got this whole back portion on the inside. We're going to go right to that corner right here. There's already an existing crease there. I'm going to get that going in place and then fold it down. Okay, just like that. Okay, now figure 16. What we're going to do is fold up, and we're going to repeat on the other side. So we'll use this as a reference. Take a look at where it's going. It's kind of just to your own taste. It's not all the way up. There's no reference for this valley fold per se. Just kind of roughly bring it up. Do the same thing on the other side. Okay, just like that. And now swivel squash. So swivel squash, what does that mean? Well, what it means is that you're going to swivel it and squash it. So let's take a look at the next step and see. So as you can see, this is a valley fold in the middle. So we'll get that valley fold started, just kind of by pinching it. A little bit hard to see here. I'm just going to pinch it together to get it started. And then what's going to happen is if you look, let me zoom in on the next step here. You can see how it's kind of creating a triangle going up. So this is swiveling up like this, and then coming over, and this little triangle is going to the left. Okay? Hold on. So it's creating a shape like this. Alright, just like that there. Can you see there? And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So swivel. So we're going to bring it up like this, all the way up over there. Swivel it, and then bring that piece behind. Okay, just like that. And then what we're going to do is mount and fold this behind. So right here, you're going to just bring it, mount and fold that whole thing behind. Do the same thing on the other side. Take the paper and mount and fold that thing behind. So now you've mount and folded those both inside, just like that. Let me zoom out here and go to the not only you're mount and folding, but you're actually bringing the whole thing then forward. So now you can see the front legs pop out. So you're going to then fold the whole thing forward. You can see there how the front legs pop out. Then, and if they have a little bit of white in them, you can kind of just tweak it a little bit, kind of move it, because that is the final leg. There's no other further adjustments on that. So that's where really, you don't want any white showing, and you can make some small adjustments. And ideally, you really want to go back to that step where I made a small little error informing everybody. So if you really want to make sure it's perfect, get step 12 right, and don't just follow this this crease here. Go all the way over to this corner. Okay. Great. Next, we're on step number 19, and we're working on the head. So crimp fold the head and the ears. Okay. So to do that, we're going to do a 90-degree angle. So first of all, we're going to pivot from this point here. We're going to pivot from that point, and then this, you can see it. There's many ways you can land it. Well, you want this to be parallel with this. That's going to create a 90-degree angle. So we'll get that going first. Get that. See how it's lining up perfectly right there, and it's going all the way to this corner. Get that lined up and crease it down. Okay, so now we've got one crease. The other one is going to be a mountain fold. Okay, so it's a valley fold here and a mountain fold here, and they're going to do the same thing on the other side. So get that reversed and then push it down. So that's like a crimp fold. Should go like that. Okay, so you see how that happened? It's coming down like this and pushing down. Okay. So now if we look at step 20, inside reverse fold the top of the head. So we'll just get a pre-crease going like this, and then an inside reverse fold is just pushing that inside, just like that. Okay. And then you can see there's some little ears there. The ears pop out, but we're going to accentuate the ears by doing a valley fold, just bringing them forward like this, just like that. And then do the same thing on the other side to match it, just like so. And then a little bit, some rounding going on here in step 20. Rounding, I mean just rounding the corners. This part here is kind of folding in like that. Okay. And then you do the same thing on the other side. Just kind of do a mountain fold. Fold that in, just like so. Great. And that completes our chipmunk. So if we take a look at it, our chipmunk is now complete. Let's see how it compares to the one I folded before. It's very, very close. Look at that. Okay, so I hope everybody was able to follow along. If there are any questions, feel free to jump in at any time in the comments, and I'd be happy to help out. As always, thank you so much for joining. Coming up on Tuesday at 5 o'clock p.m. We're live every Tuesday and every Saturday at 5 o'clock p.m. now. And coming up on this Tuesday, we have a really exciting calendar of events for the entire month of June. But coming up on Tuesday, we'll be teaching Oriol Esteve's horse. And that's going to be a really exciting one. Got that one over here. So everybody can see what this one looks like. Hard, the lighting's kind of washing it out. Let me put it down below here. Let's see if this is a little bit better. There you go. This is the horse we'll be folding on Tuesday. So thank you everybody for joining, and we will see you on Tuesday. Have a great day. Arigatou gozaimasu. Mata ne.